Wow, we've got an exciting show today. I have some lovely guests here and they're going to talk about their real estate experience. And what I love this so much because Roz said to me, I said, I will never buy real estate again. And so now we're going to have the little story about what happened after you said that. And you know, I always tell my wife, never say never unless it's, I'll never leave you. And never say always unless it's I'll always love you. So I'm going to introduce you. This is Sean.
Hi.
And Roz, and they're clients of the Decker team. And I'm Ken Decker. And you are watching or listening to the Inside Track on Real Estate with the Decker team. Tell me about that statement. Where did that statement come from, Roz?
That statement came from a very long time ago when I had a very bad real estate experience, and then I met you, and I've had a really good real estate experience. The first one took a few tries, though, with different things with condo associations not being in good shape and asbestos, and then when we finally closed on our lovely condo in South Keys, said, I'm never buying real estate again. This is it. This is our forever home.
Oh, so that's when you said it. So it wasn't before you bought that one? Because I thought it was before you bought it.
Well, there was the original time when I'm never buying real estate, period. And then it was never going to buy real estate again. But at that point, I hadn't read your book. But Sean had.
Oh, Sean had read my book.
Oh, he read it right away the day after meeting you. And he kept encouraging me to read it. You got to read this. It's amazing. And I'm like, yeah, I'll get around to it. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to buy real estate again. Why do I need to read it?
But was it really all just about buying real estate, that book?
No.
Not really.
Absolutely. See, that's why I have the tissue. Because there's some great insights on relationships and marriage. And it's a great book.
I told someone today it's a romance book.
It is a romance book. Bicycle built for two.
Yeah. Cleverly disguised. It's got some financial wealth building formula rolled into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
It's a very special book.
Okay,
yes.
So let me get this straight. So Sean was the impetus in you buying another piece of property.
Yeah.
Initially.
Well, how we even met you in the first place was when we were in our pre-marriage counseling. Our pastor gave us 12 conversations to have before getting married. And we got 11 out of 12. And the one that we didn't get right at all was finance. Because he said that he wanted to own investment property. And I was like, no, because I'm never going to buy real estate again. Right?
Okay. So that could cause some friction in a new marriage, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have to say that I came much farther over into his camp than he came into mine. So,
okay, so tell me about that journey, Sean. What did you say to her, and why were you so passionate about buying real estate?
We were renting an apartment, and it just didn't make sense for us to continue to rent and feed somebody else's corporation or business when we could be investing in ourselves and essentially owning our own property and having to build something for retirement and somewhere to live and not have to continue to pay pay rent, of course. Yeah.
Now, you had a similar journey to me in that when I first wanted to buy real estate, I couldn't afford it because I had some past history where I had spent too much money or owed too much money and hadn't saved the down payment and all that kind of stuff, right? You had a similar journey?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. Lots of debt, lots of bad choices in the past, continuing to make those bad choices, and then feeling hopeless, like, well, what's the point of trying to pay off all my bills when, you know what I mean, it's never going to get there anyway. But then after, having people advise us, turned out to be a very good experience and seeing hope in it, and it turned around. So.
Okay, great. So we actually met at a financial workshop.
Yes.
Right? Initially, it was basically a debt elimination kind of workshop.
Yeah.
And you met there, and I think was it about a year later you called?
No, not even.
Not even.
Because we met you right before we got married. Because
Yes.
I wanted Sean to ask you to borrow your shirt to wear at the wedding.
Which one?
It's purple paisley. I think you have one that's lighter than that.
Yes, I have a lighter
And that
purple
was
paisley.
it. 'Cause I was like, that's what I want you to wear at the wedding. And he said, I'm not going to ask this guy for his shirt.
Well, I probably would have given the shirt off my back, you know. It's just
I
the
think
kind
you
of
would
guy.
now.
That's the kind of guy I am.
I think so. Well, now that I know you, it would be okay. But he wouldn't hear anything of it. He thought it was a weird thing for me to ask him to ask you.
It's a little awkward.
I could have told you where you can buy one.
I only needed it for a day.
Okay, I would have rented it to you. I'm an entrepreneur.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, we met there, and then that's where it all started. Like it was life changing.
Yeah, and so you got some great counsel on how to get rid of your debt.
Yeah.
And then what's most important is you took action.
Yeah,
You guys
so-
took massive action, right? What kind of things did you do?
Well, we followed that process too. We started saving our receipts, and we did that baseline to figure out exactly how much we owed and who we owed it to, and applied the formula with this finding the $300 a month, which for us was easy to find, even though we thought that we weren't spending frivolously, but
Okay.
apparently we were.
Imagine that.
Imagine that story.
What kind of places did you find money that you were, that was kind of, it's kind of like you had it in a bowl, but it was a sieve, right?
Yeah.
And it had holes in it.
Yeah,
So what were the kind of holes that the money was running out of?
Fast food, coffee, muffins, all kinds of small little things that
Yeah.
seem
All
insignificant.
the things that are good for you?
Of course.
Yeah, coffee and
Yeah.
muffins,
Yes.
fast food.
Staples.
Perfect. So
Yeah,
you-
but it truly though, it was mostly all like last minute purchases, those little, the things that aren't actually on the grocery list, just nice to have, and extra $20 here, and extra $30 here. Oh, sure, we'll buy that.
Doritos and potato chips for me.
Yeah.
It's the thing that goes in the last
yeah,
in the
exactly.
buggy
I
that
just-
really shouldn't go in there.
Because when we attended and we started thinking, well, we don't go out much. We don't go out for dinner much. And then when we added all those incidentals up, it's like when we should have. We could have gone out for some really nice meals every month instead of throwing it away on essentially nothing.
Okay, so you discovered about $300 a month,
Yeah.
which then you started put that into your emergency
Fill
fund
up our
first,
emergency fund
right?
and then just started ticking off
Okay,
the debts. Yeah.
and then you started knocking off the debts. And how long did it take till you thought, oh, I think maybe we're ready to go talk to them about getting a mortgage?
Well, I actually reached out to you in March of 2015, and we met in December of 2014. So it was not long.
It was only like 3
after.
months.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, you guys
So-
took massive action.
Yes, we did. But to be honest, we borrowed some money and put it in an RSP. So, and then worked it that way. We did not save all the money for a down payment in 3 months, but we did work out a plan to
You worked a plan, though.
work a plan.
Yeah, it's okay to use smart money,
Yes.
especially to allow the government to assist you.
The government assisted
down
us.
payment?
Yes, exactly.
very nice of them.
They were very generous in that.
And then you kind of skipped over, but I want to hear Sean's side of it because I think there was a little bit, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but there was a little bit of apprehension around using our services because the first few houses we conditionally bought and then they fell through because inspection or condo status was bad or whatever. And I think you were going, I don't want to call them again. Were you doing that or?
Well, a little bit embarrassed. We keep dragging you around to all these houses. How many houses? 4,
Well,
5,
we had
6?
3 offers that didn't work, and then
Yeah.
our 4th one, but then all of the other places that we saw.
Yeah, so we would keep going to all these different places. It's like, in the houses weren't like 300,000-400,000. Like we're talking low prices. It's like, wow, we're like wasting Ken's time, yet his time. Like, oh my goodness, I thought, no, we can't call him again because he's just don't want to waste his time. He's worth so much more with someone else. So
Now, did you ever feel that from our side?
no, you and Yetta and the whole team is amazing. You make us feel welcome and loved and cared for. Help us achieve our dreams and our goals.
Cool.
Valuable.
So we finally found a condo. And this condo is awesome. Tell us, you got to tell us about it because the condo actually met your specific needs, right?
Oh, yeah,
like big time.
absolutely.
I saw your eyes
Yeah.
light up and you
Yeah.
smile. You go, ah! It's like heaven would be like that.
Heaven would be like that for me. It would be just like our condo. Yeah, with the silver wallpaper and the mirrors everywhere, and the multicolored fridge, and the multicolored tiles, and the beautiful accent tiles, and the bathroom with the red, and the soaker tub with the jets, and yeah, just everything. The ceiling fan with the red hot chili pepper blades, and just I know. I just walked in there and thought, somebody spent $30,000 to do this. This is amazing. It's like they were inside my heart. Yeah.
Now remind me, did we get the Cadillac in the backyard?
We did.
We did get
Yeah,
the
we did.
Cadillac?
Yeah. Yeah. We got the Cadillac, dude.
We negotiated for the Cadillac. Now you needed to see this Cadillac. It was a concrete Cadillac.
Concrete
What year
Cadillac.
Cadillac was that? I don't know. It was made out of concrete.
Yeah.
Was it like a planter or something?
It's a planter. Yeah.
It was a planter?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, the memory's pretty good.
It's quite heavy too.
It's really heavy. Yeah,
Did
my
the new-
sister wanted it, and we couldn't even pick it up. So
And so, did the new buyer, we just resold your property, right?
we did. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And you said you were never moving again.
I was never moving again. Yeah.
I don't know how that
Or
happened.
buying other
Or
properties.
buying other properties. But so, did the new buyer get the Cadillac?
Doesn't even know if it'll be a secret for when the snow
Oh, when
melts.
the snow melts, they're getting a free Cadillac, with their purchase and didn't even know.
I know.
That's
They'll
awesome.
be really surprised.
And so you were there for how long before you got the itch to buy an investment property?
Oh my gosh.
Well, I think you had it before
I
you
was
bought
ready
your
to
house.
buy as soon as I moved in. I wanted to buy the investment property first.
Okay, and how long did it take for you to get things organized? And you had some great advice. You went and saw a mortgage broker, and the mortgage broker told you how to take title of your first property so that it would make room to buy the second property, right?
Yeah. So we went and saw a mortgage broker, and he gave us advice, and they're very good not to let us overextend ourselves to get into trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, what was it? A year, I guess we were, maybe less.
We took possession of our condo in August of 2015, and then we took possession of the investment property August 1st, 2017.
Yeah, so a year.
2
1
years.
year.
2 years.
1 year.
2 years.
2 years. Sorry.
Oh, was it 2 years?
Yeah, 2
years.
years. Yeah.
So, I mean, the drive was there all along. The continual reading, looking at the finances, trying to
Yeah.
squeeze more money into savings.
Yeah. Hey, that was fun too. We went to saw some real gems halfway
Oh,
across the
yes.
world.
Yes. A little bit of a fixer upper. The one.
The one was a little bit of a fixer-upper.
Yeah.
Though I wasn't on board with the investment property until after I read the book.
Okay.
I still knew that it was his dream, but became more supportive of it when I read the book.
Okay. And the book is The Wealth Formula.
The Wealth Formula. Ken's book.
That I wrote. Yes. And so when did you read that?
We'll probably write a few months before we started looking for the investment property.
Okay. So
her a
how
while.
long did you have the book before you picked it up?
Maybe a year and a half.
Okay, that's not so bad.
How many times did I hand it to you?
That's the
40.
reverse, because most of the time it's women that are buying books, putting them on their husband's nightstand as a hint. Read this, please read this.
That's
So
right.
today, it was the opposite.
It was the opposite. And then when I read it and I started reading it, and then I had to go and get my little tags, my book tags.
Oh yeah, you tagged it.
And there must be at least 30 tags in that book. And then Sean tried to give it away, my copy away, and I said, you can't get that one. I will go and get another book. And then, so I think we've now given away six
You've
books.
given 6 books.
And we need
okay.
2 more.
You need 2 more?
today.
Well, we might
So
be able to hook you up. I know the author.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so then when I read that, I was like, oh my gosh, this finally makes so much sense to me. Sean, why wouldn't you ask me to read this book?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yes. Funny now.
You're right, honey. I should have been more persistent.
Yes.
That's what you have to say.
Usually it's when I'm persistent that it doesn't end well.
Well, they say persistence pays off in the end. And so you bought this was August of 2017.
Yep.
You bought a lovely investment property, a duplex, I
A
think.
duplex, yeah.
And how's that going?
It's going very well. No, we did a little bit of renovations, but everything's good. Had it filled right away. No concerns, no major concerns with the property. I mean, of course, there's maintenance and hiccups, but it's been an amazing experience with the guidance. And
So tell us about that property. It's a 2-unit. Roughly, what did you pay for it, if you don't mind?
over 115,000, 114,000.
So very affordable.
Very affordable.
150.
Yeah.
And what are you getting in rent for those 2 units?
875 for one unit and 700 for the other.
So you're telling me you're getting 1575 for the building?
Yeah.
And you paid how much?
115.
Man, your realtor's good.
He is good.
Because people are buying townhouses in Ottawa for $325,000 and renting them for $1,550.
Wow. So you did do really well. Thank you.
Well, that's quite the cash flow.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, so what's your payment on that?
The mortgage payment?
Yeah,
$475 a month.
it's $475 a month.
$475 a month.
Okay.
The only cost we have is water. The
Tenant pays the rest.
hydro and gas, yes, in both units.
What? And taxes? What are the
We pay
taxes there?
taxes.
$791 a year.
A year. So that's like less than $70 a month.
Yeah,
And then you pay the water.
Water.
How much is that a month?
135.
$135 a month. The
Yeah.
usual water's expensive.
Water
down
is
It is very
actually
expensive,
what do they call it? The delivery fee is.
there. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do they truck it there?
That's right. They bring it. Everybody's got
They
a
bring it in
pail.
buckets.
Wait.
High labor costs to get the water there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna break here and just briefly just interrupt this conversation because we're gonna get back to the math because I'm pretty excited about this math. We're April 18th, 2018. We're having a millionaire workshop. Now you've attended a couple of my workshops.
Yes.
What would you say to somebody if they heard us talking about the millionaire workshop that's April 18th and they can get a ticket for their whole family for $27 and it includes a copy of my book?
Wow.
What would you say to somebody that's listening right now?
Buy more than that. Take many more families because it will change everybody's life. Guaranteed.
All right. Well, that's good. And when we're there, we're going to introduce a brand new program. It's called my Millionaire Mentorship Program. That's pretty exciting. I'm really stoked about it because once you do it for yourself, then it's kind of, well, if I just keep it to myself, that's selfish, right? Now I can start to do really great things in ministry because I've got my wealth piece in order. And, you know, many people want to do that because it's not just about the money. Because if it's just for the money's sake, it's empty. It's empty, right? Okay, so I just needed to put that out there because I'm so excited about that. So April 18th, go on to Eventbrite. You can get your ticket for the whole family for $27. Now, if they're little ones, you probably want to get a babysitter for them. But if they're teenagers, bring them out. They're going to learn something. They're going to learn a lot. All right. So let me see if I remember. $120 a month for water, basically.
140. Yeah.
Oh, $140.
Yep.
$70 for
Taxes.
taxes. And how much for insurance?
113.
130. Girl knows her numbers, eh?
We just did our taxes.
Okay. All
We
right.
just did the expense reports.
So 113, 140. We're now at 220, 250, 256 roughly, and then another 70. So about 320. And you said the mortgage was
Say 475.
475. So that's 5 plus 4, about $900 a month roughly to carry that property. And you get how much?
1575.
$1,575. So you're making over $600 a month. Yeah. And here we're going to get personal again, if that's okay.
Of course.
Because the person listening to this wants to know how this works, right?
Yeah.
So how much money did you need for down payment and closing costs?
26,000.
Oh, so you put 20%
20%
down?
Yeah.
Okay, so You put 26,000 down. You're making 600 a month. Half of your mortgage payment is the principal pay down, right?
Yep.
So you're making a couple hundred there. So what did I say? 600 plus 200, you're about 800 a month, and that's without capital appreciation of the building. So 800 a month, that is 8,009. It's just about 10,000 a month, right? Or a year, sorry.
Yes.
10,000 a year, not a month. 10,000 a year on 26,000 investment? Yeah. What percentage rate of return is that? You seem to know the numbers. Give me a rough
I believe
guess.
it's about 50% rate of return
It's
per
probably
year.
about 45.
Yeah.
That's without capital appreciation, without the building going up in value.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's right.
If you didn't hear that, he whispered he's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I pointed in case you can't.
That's right.
Can't see.
All right. So if people want to get that kind of return, now you got to be a landlord. You got to be willing to run down there every once in a while and rent it out. Yeah. Yeah. So you've had it since August, so not that long, 5-6 months. Any problems with tenants? Do they pay the rent? Did you rent it all right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rented right away. We had the family who was moving out before we even took possession. We asked them if they wanted to move before because they bought a house, and they said, yeah, sure, because the people wanted to take over right away. And then we needed an extra month to do the work in the other unit, but it was rented even before the work was done.
Yeah. We
So
actually
no problem.
reimbursed.
I should be buying some of these. What am I thinking?
We reimbursed the tenants that were already living there that bought
Yes.
a new place. We reimbursed them half a month's rent. Because,
Oh, you gave them some extra money?
yeah.
Oh, that's sweet of you. All right. So now we're August of 2017. You own your nice little condo that's like a little piece of heaven. And you got your rental property that's cash flowing like $600 a month, plus your equity's growing more. Wow, that would help with cash flow too, wouldn't it? $600 a month. What are you doing with that $600 a month?
We're investing it
Are you?
in our future.
Are you squirreling it away to buy another one at some point?
Well, you know what just happened.
Yes, well, they did take some of that and decided that since their investment was near the St. Lawrence, yeah, what would you do? Because it's a little bit of drive to get there, right?
It is a little bit of a drive to get there. And just to put a little bit of context around it, was at an event called Mo Mondays that I was introduced to through Yetta, your wife, and
Okay.
Roar Canada. And a friend of mine that came said, we were talking about Westport. And I said, well, if we had money, I would want to get a cottage in Westport. And she said, well, what's stopping you? And I said, because I just lied. I don't want a cottage. I don't want to own 2 homes and I have to go
You
back and
just
forth.
lied.
I just lied. That's why I'm not doing it. And I said, because I want to retire on the St. Lawrence. That's what I want. I want to retire on the St. Lawrence. And then so it was after that day, because I had crystal clear focus, that then I went on realtor.ca and found a beautiful home on the St. Lawrence. And,
Yeah.
yeah,
And she
so-
phones me and I go, and my head's kind of cocked and I'm listening. I'm like, you want to buy a waterfront property on the St. Lawrence?
Yeah.
But you just bought your condo like 2 years ago.
I know, and an investment property in August, which is so fun, because I said never, never, right? So never's here.
Right. So the team got you the house on the St. Lawrence.
Yeah.
Got you a good price on that. And then we had to get your house sold because you couldn't own 3.
We could
Not yet.
own-
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, no, yeah. The mortgage people said, no, not
No,
3, not yet.
Not today.
Sean, slow down, slow down. I think
And
those were the words.
Yeah.
That was the words. And the waterfront was a little bit more expensive than
Yes.
your condo in the city, right? So we got your condo sold,
Yeah.
yes. And we get you a fairly good price, I think.
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
And it was done quickly considering the circumstances and effectively.
Yeah, because condo market's not stellar. It's not bad, but it's not
Yeah.
stellar. Like if you had a townhouse right now, we can sell that in a half a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And so now you're moving out.
Moving out.
You're moving out, and you're going to move to the St. Lawrence, and you're not retired,
No.
and you're not going to retire for a while.
I'm working on it.
Are you?
Got a plan.
Okay, you got a plan. Well, it's good to have a plan, but I'm saying your dream is realized before
Yes.
you even retire.
Yes.
Yes, you got to do some commuting now, but you've got this beautiful place to go home to every night, and on weekends you're there.
That's right.
And it's not far from your investment property, really.
It's very close. It's about less than 10 minutes away.
Less than
6
10
minutes,
minutes to
maybe.
your
Yeah.
investment property?
Yeah.
So you can go collect those rent checks.
That's our first investment property in the area.
Oh, your first.
Our first. Yeah.
Of?
At least 4.
Of 4. Okay,
At
so the
least
plan is to
4.
get 4. Well,
Yeah.
this is exciting. And then you've been a Decker Team client for obviously a couple of years, so you've experienced a few of our special events, our client events.
I just took the wreath off the door this week.
You took the wreath off.
Because
Okay.
we're selling.
Okay, so the inside scoop there is at Christmas time, we offer our clients who have bought or sold through us or are currently working with us a Christmas tree or a wreath, and you selected a wreath,
Yeah.
and you had that on your door till recently. Well, that's lovely. I'm still chuckling because there's going to be this cement Cadillac coming out this spring with the warm weather. That's awesome.
Congratulations, you win.
Are you sure we can't move it?
I have to dig it out first.
Okay, so March 24th is our chili and pie cook-off.
March
you-
24th.
March 24th is our next chili, March 24th, 2018. And we're hoping you're going to be there because you make an awesome pie. Now, we have a little bit of a backstory there. Tell us about the pie story.
Well, in 2016, I read Family Day celebration, and I showed up with the pie to the event on Family Day, but it was in March. And as we know, Family Day is in February. So I went with Sean, my pies, and my grandchildren on the wrong day. So that's why I'm going March 24th. March 24th. I'll make a mental note.
And you texted them and
I texted you, where are you? Is this not the right church?
We're at the location, where are you? And we happen to be in Mexico at the time. We go, I think maybe you got the wrong day.
I know. And I think, why would you be in Mexico and have a party here? Makes no sense.
Makes
with
no
you people.
sense. These people that book things and then leave. Crazy. All right. So I don't think I've laughed so hard during one of our shows since the beginning, and we've done over 300 shows. So I really appreciate you guys being here. Any last final word? Just quick parting word.
Be bold, change your life.
go through the workshops. They're very, very valuable. Change your life.
All right, so go to Eventbrite and look up Millionaire Workshop and register today for only $27.
You wanna